Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be diving into a comparison between two popular picture profiles on the Sony a6400. Those are going to be the HLG3 with Rec 709 and S-Log3 with S-Gamut3.Cine. We're going to use this Christmas tree as our test subject to see how each profile captures color, dynamic range, and details in an 8-bit camera. Before we dive into each profile, let's quickly talk about what it means to shoot with 8-bit color. The Sony a6400 records in 8-bit, which essentially means we have a limited range of colors and shades to work with. In practical terms, this can lead to banding or color stepping, especially in scenes with subtle gradients like the sky or clouds. To give you some perspective, 8-bit color can display around 16.7 million colors, whereas 10-bit can show you over a billion. Let's start with the HLG3 or hybrid log gamma paired with Rec 709. HLG3 is designed to offer a bit more dynamic range than standard profiles while being easier to work with straight out of the camera. Rec 709 is a color space that's widely used for standard displays and streaming platforms, so it's a great choice if you're not planning on doing heavy color grading. With HLG3 and Rec 709, you'll notice that the highlights and shadows are slightly more balanced right out of the camera, and the colors are more vibrant without requiring much post-processing. Now let's talk about S-Log3 paired with S-Gamut3.Cine. This profile is typically used when you want maximum flexibility for color grading. S-Log3 captures a very flat image with extended dynamic range, but it can look washed out until it's graded. S-Gamut3.Cine, the color space we're pairing it with, offers a wider range of colors than Rec 709. As you can see, the raw footage is really flat and low contrast, but that's intentional. It's designed to capture as much information as possible for you to work with in post. Now let's compare the color and dynamic range between these two profiles. On the left, we have HLG3 with Rec 709, and on the right, we have S-Log3 graded in post. Notice how the highlights and shadows behave differently. With S-Log3, we're able to retain more highlight detail in bright areas, but it requires more work to get to this point. In terms of detail, both profiles capture a lot, but you might see slightly smoother roll-off in the highlights with S-Log3 after grading. HLG3, on the other hand, doesn't give as much flexibility for post-processing, but it holds up well if you want a quick, ready-to-go look. One of the biggest challenges of using S-Log3 on an 8-bit camera like the a6400 is banding. Since 8-bit has limited color depth, it's easy to see color steps or blocks in smooth gradient areas, like shadows or skin tones, especially if we want to push the color in post. To avoid this, you'll want to be gentle with your color grading, as aggressive adjustments can reveal these color limitations. So when should you use each profile? HLG3 with Rec 709 is fantastic for fast turnaround projects, especially if you want vibrant colors with minimal grading. It's great for content that's going straight to social media or web streaming without much post work. S-Log3 with S-Gamut3.Cine, on the other hand, is best if you're planning on heavy color grading or need maximum dynamic range. But just keep in mind, it's not ideal for every 8-bit camera setup. For the a6400, you'll need to be careful with your color grading to avoid artifacts. In the end, the right profile depends on your workflow and how much time you want to spend in post. HLG3 with Rec 709 is a strong choice if you need a good balance of color and contrast straight out of your camera, while S-Log3 is better for situations where you want more control over your final look, but it takes a bit more work to avoid 8-bit limitations. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this comparison helped you understand the differences between these picture profiles and how to get the best results out of your a6400.